here to Mummy. Come and say hello. You're going to come and join us. Hello kids, I'm Charlie and thank you for joining me for today's yoga class. This is Milky that might join us for some of our class, and this is Possum who's just arriving. Say hello, Possum. We want to say a special hello to our friend Daphne that we know is watching today. So as always, first things first, we want to make sure that we have, you won't be able to see it because Possum's in the way. Come here. We want to have a blanket to put on top of us at the end of the class when we lie down. And we want to have a little book or a teddy that we can use to balance on our head for some of our poses. And if you like, you can have a little bit of cream or oil for a little massage at the end of the class, but you don't need to have any. You can just warm our hands up. I'm not going to use any because I don't want to get creamy, oily hands. And we want to put all of our stuff away so that our mat is really nice and clear and there's nothing around us, nothing that we can fall on or trip over. Just make sure everything's out of the way. And if you've got socks on, then you might want to take those off as well so that we don't slip. And if you've got long hair like me, then you might want to tie it up and get that out of the way as well. And then we're going to find ourselves in our lovely sitting position on our mat, remembering we don't want to have a turtle back. We want to sit up really, really tall. And see if you can sit up even taller. Imagine that someone's pulling a string from the top of your head up to the sky and you're growing really, really tall. Lovely straight backs. Wonderful. And then we can put our hands on our legs and we're going to say hello in the yoga way. So if you remember, we say hello and it's the same word for goodbye by putting our hands together and we say namaste. Because yoga comes from the country far away called India, but it's not far away to you. And the way we say hello and goodbye in India when we're doing yoga is namaste, which means the light in my heart I give to you. And that's why we put our hands together at our heart. So let's sing our namaste hello song 3 times all together. And it goes like this. Hello, everybody, or in the yoga way, we say namaste. And again, hello, everybody, or in the yoga way, we say namaste. One more time. Hello, everybody, or in the yoga way, we say namaste. Wonderful. Okay, so after sitting up nice and tall, another very important thing in yoga is our breathing, because as I always say, we can do the whole yoga class without eating. We can do the whole yoga class without drinking, but we can't do the whole yoga class without breathing. So we're going to do 3 breathing exercises that I love to do. And the first one is the most important. It's called the balloon breathing. And this is the breathing that we should be doing all day long. So we're going to put our hands on our belly with our middle fingers just touching. And we want to pretend that our belly is a balloon. And as we breathe in, a big sniff in through the nose, we want to feel that balloon get really, really big and our fingers come apart, big balloon belly, and we breathe out and the balloon gets really, really small. And again, breathing in, big breath, feel that balloon get really big as if it's about to pop, and feel the belly go all the way back. And again, breathing in, feeling the balloon get big, and feeling the balloon get really small. Now I want to see if you can do an even longer breath. So a big long breath in. Feel that balloon get really big and a really long. Wonderful. So that's our balloon breathing. And now we're going to do our bunny rabbit. Put our hands on our head like bunny ears. flopping. And we're going to pretend that there's a lovely smelling, big juicy carrot just under our nose. And we're going to sniff it 3 times. And then say, so 1, 2, 3. Lovely. And now we're going to move our hands at the same time. So we're going to coordinate our hands or move them as we breathe. So if you watch my hands, when I sniff, my ears are going to flop 3 times. And then I'm going to say, lovely. Okay, let's do that all together. Flopping our ears as we sniff 3 times. Ready? And let's do that one more time, but making the really, really long. Ready? Here we go. Wonderful. And now our last breathing exercise for now is going to be our birthday cake breathing. So I'd like you to close your eyes for just a second and imagine your favorite cake. Maybe it's a different cake from last time. It might have sprinkles on it or frosting, chocolate, vanilla, raspberry, any type of cake that you like. And I want you to imagine candles on that cake, the number of candles that you are in age. So if you're 6, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles on the cake. And opening your eyes, we're going to take a big breath in and we're going to blow the candles out with 3 blows. Okay, imagining all those candles. And I want you to imagine that the cake is a little bit further away now. A big breath in. And again. It's even further away now. So they've got to be really big blows. Ready? You coming to join us for our birthday cake breath, Milky? Breathing in, big breath. And wonderful. Okay. So everybody, let's get our bodies moving, and we're going to start as always with our sun dance. And the sun dance is wonderful because it's going to stretch all of our body, and it's a great yoga dance to do first thing in the morning to wake our body up and feel good. So let's all stand up nice and straight at the front of our mats. And we want to make sure that we're really, really tall with our feet together, growing really tall and strong. Feel that string pulling your head even higher up. And if you haven't done the sun dance with me before, let's go through it the first time slowly. So we're going to make a round sun with our arms and our fingers touching, our middle fingers. And with the sun's going to rise up, 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 as high as you can in the sky. And then we're going to do our rain pose. We're going to go through all the different poses nice and slowly. We're going to sprinkle our fingers like rain all the way down to the floor. Make sure that you can feel the floor. If maybe your legs are straight, if they can be, otherwise you can bend them a bit so that you can touch the floor. And after the rain pose, we do our table pose. So we're going to jump or hop back into a strong table with nice straight arms, lifting the bottom. And we want to pretend that we're such a strong table that everyone we know can have their plates and cups on our table and big heavy pots. Really, really strong. And then we're going to come all the way down for our snake pose. So we're going to bring our toes together like a slithering snake. And we're going to press down on our hands, lift up and say tss, like a hissing snake. And then we're going to do our puppy dog pose. So we're going to lift up, walk our feet a bit forwards and waggle our tail from side to side. And you can say woof, 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 woof. See if you can make a really loud woof as you waggle your tail from side to side with nice straight arms. And then we're going to come into our floppy teddy pose. So we're going to jump forwards in between the hands and we're going to flop over all the way as far as you can, like a really floppy, soft teddy. And then we're going to make our hands into a round sun again. And we're going to slowly come all the way up. The sun's rising up in the sky and it comes up like a beautiful sunny day. So those are our poses. We're going to do it 2 more times and we're going to get a little bit faster and faster. So let's see if you remember the poses. Starting with our arms in a low sun. And we're going to lift them up, 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 up into the sky. And then we're going to do our rain pose, sprinkling that rain all the way down to the mat. And then we're going to bend our legs and we're going to jump or hop into our table pose. Nice and strong. Make sure your arms are straight so your shoulders are over the wrists. And then we're going to come down for our snake pose. Feet together. And then we're going to go into our puppy dog pose, lifting our tails and waggling them and saying woof woof, if you like, really pushing those hands, nice straight arms and straight back. And then our floppy teddy pose, jumping forwards and flopping as much as you can, all the way over with your legs straight. And then our rising sun, palms or fingertips together and coming all the way up. Wonderful. And it looks like Possum's come to join us for the sun dance. Okay, one more time, a bit faster now. So, hands together, ready, sun pose, lifting up, rain pose, all the way down, table pose, nice and strong, and our snake pose. And our puppy dog pose. Nice high tails, floppy teddy, flopping over and coming up with the rising sun again, nice and tall, as high as you can. And then relaxing, lovely. Now today I want you to imagine that we're going on a journey to a jungle, and that's why I've got my jungle trousers on. So we're going to go all the way in an aeroplane to the jungle in Brazil. It's called the Amazon. So to get to the jungle, we've got to go by aeroplane, and we're going to do all the different yoga poses of this jungle journey. So let's get our little teddy or our book, and we're going to put it on our head to balance to do the aeroplane pose. So the aeroplane pose, we're going to have big aeroplane wings, and we're going to stretch one leg back and we're going to lift it up like an aeroplane. Maybe you can come all the way into a straight line, or maybe the toes are just off the floor. That's absolutely fine. We want to put our teddy or our book on our head, and we want to see if we can keep it there balancing as we raise the leg as high as we can. And don't worry if the book or the teddy fall off. We can just come back and we can just try again. Lifting up, breathing. You can fix your eyes on a point to help you balance, and then see if you can bring that leg down and take the other leg up. And there's always one leg that's a bit easier than the other. Raising it up. Maybe one leg can go a little bit higher than the other. Wherever the toes are, it doesn't matter. And if the book falls, then we can just put it back on. Or, oh, see, just like that. And just put it back on and give it a go. Seeing if we can take a few deep breaths in our balance pose. And as we're flying over the Amazon, we see a big river and a really big bridge stretching all the way over, a rickety bridge made of wood and rope. So I'm going to show you in yoga how we do the bridge pose. So we're going to pretend to be a bridge with our knees bent, and we're going to come all the way down, and we're going to press our feet into the mat and lift up like a big bridge, lifting our bellies as high as we can. And we can see if we can walk our feet a little bit further back and lift even higher, squeezing our bottoms, making a really, really big bridge. Lovely. And then we're going to come down and we're going to imagine that we've arrived at the jungle and we need to take a boat to where we're going. So we're going to roll ourselves up and we're going to try to balance on our bottom. So we're going to lift our feet up and we're going to row our boat with our arms. Rowing, seeing if you can keep your legs lifting up, nice straight back. Make sure that you're not doing a turtle back rounding. And Milky's coming to join me on my boat. Keep the legs up, keep rowing. And then we finally arrive at this magical part of the jungle where there's lots of friendly, beautiful tropical animals. And we're going to do all the different animal poses of the animals and creatures that we're going to see in the jungle. So we're going to start off with our butterfly pose. And I want you to close your eyes and imagine that around you, there's lots of beautiful shimmering butterflies flying around the sky above you. And we're going to put our feet together and create our butterfly wings. And we're going to flap them, imagining that you're any type of butterfly that you like, any color. Maybe you have spots or stripes or patterns, and keep flapping those wings up and down, imagining that you're a fluttering butterfly and that there's lots of them around you. So let's sprinkle our fingers all the way up and all the way out, imagining that there's butterflies all over the sky and all around the trees. Lovely. And then we're going to imagine that we come across a family of turtles, and maybe you remember how to do the turtle pose. So we're going to bring our feet up and bend our knees, and we're going to put our hands through our legs and bring them out like that. So let me show you from the side. And we're going to start at one side of the mat, and we're going to put our hand all the way through and the other one all the way through. And turtles move very, very slowly. So we're going to try to walk on our bottoms and walk all the way to one end of the mat. And then we're going to try to turn around in our turtle pose. It's not easy. And we're going to go all the way to the other side of the mat, moving nice and slowly with our rounded turtle shell. Lots of beautiful, beautiful turtles. And then we look up into the trees and we see a family of monkeys, baby monkeys and mummy and daddy monkeys, all swinging from branch to branch. And I'm going to show you how we do the monkey pose. So we're going to be squatting down with our big floppy monkey arms, and we're going to hop, lifting one leg and then putting down the other. Lovely. And let's see if you can go all the way from one side of the mat on the side, flapping those monkey arms and lifting one foot and the other. And a little bit more. Wonderful. Okay. And now we're going to come across lots of really, really big snakes called cobras and pythons. And in the Amazon, they have snakes so long, like as long as the room that you're in, and really, really big. So we're going to pretend that we're a python or a cobra. And like the snake pose that we did before, we're going to lie down. They can't see me, Milky, if your bottom is in the way. Why don't you lie down? Put our feet together. And this time we're going to come up even higher, like a python or a cobra. And we're going to stick our tongue out and try to hiss. The big python tongue, imagining a really big, long snake. Lovely. And then we're going to come down, and I'm going to show you how we do the crocodile pose. Because in the jungle, especially in the rivers, there's lots and lots of crocodiles and alligators. So for this pose, we're going to have our hands stretching forwards, and we're going to raise one arm and the opposite leg. Lie down, possum, otherwise they can't see the yoga pose. So the opposite leg, so if we've got the left leg up, we've got the right arm up. And then we're going to come down and we're going to do the other arm and the other leg, lifting them up. Just like the big mouth of an alligator. So lifting up really high, right arm, left leg. And then we're going to slap the hand back down on top of the other one. And the other one's going to raise up now with the opposite leg, and it's going to slap down on the hand, like the big slapping mouth of an alligator or a crocodile. Let's do that one more time, raising the right arm up and the left leg really, really high, and then slapping it back down on the other hand. And then we're going to raise that arm up, lifting the big mouth of the crocodile and the leg, and then coming back down. Wonderful. And then we come across some of the biggest spiders you've ever imagined. Really big tarantulas, like this big. And we're going to do the spider pose. So in yoga, this is a really fun pose. We're going to take our hands behind us, and we're going to raise up, and we've got our legs and we've got our arms, and we're going to move from one side of the mat all the way to the other side, moving like a big slow spider. And we're going to turn around, and we're going to move like a spider all the way to the other side of the mat, seeing if you can keep yourself up. Lovely. And then turning around again and coming back down onto your bottom. Now imagining in the jungle by the river where there was all those alligators and those snakes and spiders, that you see some really big frogs or toads. And these frogs are really, really big in the Amazon. And they're bright, bright green, like a bright fluorescent green. So we're going to do big, giant frogs by coming into our frog pose. So we want to have our feet on the floor with our knees bent. Our hands are going to come down on the mat. And we're going to start at one side of the mat. And we're going to see if we can do really big frog jumps all the way to the other side of the mat. So jumping up and down, jumping up and down, and up and down. And one more to the end of the mat, and then turning round and jumping like a frog all the way to the other side of the mat. Lovely. And then coming back onto the mat so that I can teach you one of my favorite poses, which is the parrot pose. And these parrots in the tropical jungles are beautiful colors. Yellow, reds, greens, blues, purples. So I want you to close your eyes and imagine the most beautiful parrot that you can. I want you to imagine the colors of the parrot. And again, maybe it's got some patterns, some little dots or patches of different colors. And parrots, when they fly in the sky, they scoop from side to side, flying on their side. So I'm going to teach you how we do the parrot pose. So we're going to lie on our side, have our hand on the mat. We're going to try to have both feet on top of one another and lift up. Maybe your feet don't want to be on top of one another. Maybe one wants to be on the floor in front. But if you can, we're putting them up and we're lifting the other arm in line with the one that's on the floor, and we're swooping. These beautiful parrots are swooping through the sky on their side, lifting up as high as you can, and then gently coming down. And we're going to do the other side. So we're going to have the other hand on the mat, and we're going to put the feet together. And maybe you'll find this side easier or maybe a bit harder. So we're going to lift ourselves up. Maybe you want to have one foot in front or behind, but we want to lift up as high as we can with our arms nice and straight in line with one another, lifting up like a beautiful swooping parrot, flying sideways through the sky, and then gently coming back down. Lovely. Okay. So the last animal or creature that we're going to do, sitting on our mats, that we see in the jungle in Brazil, is going to be wasps. And wasps buzz just like bees. So you might remember doing the bee breathing with me. So to do the bee breathing, we're going to take a big breath in, and we're going to close our mouth, and we're going to buzz as we breathe out. Like a buzzing wasp. And we can put our hands over our ears, breathe in, and buzz. And with your hands over your ears, you should be able to really hear the buzzing vibrating all the way through your head, and your lips moving and buzzing, just like the flapping wings, really fast wings of a wasp. So let's do that one more time. Breathing in. And then we're going to do it one last time, but we're going to close our eyes, and we're going to try to make the buzz really, really long. Okay? Closing the eyes. Big breath in. Wonderful. Now the bee breath is really good to do when you're feeling a bit angry or a bit annoyed or a little bit frustrated, someone's annoyed you. So you can do the bee breath, but you can do it very, very quietly. So we're going to do it one last time all together. We're going to put our hands over our ears and see how quiet we can make the buzzing sound. A really long, quiet buzz. Ready? Closing the eyes. Big breath in. And quiet buzz. And see if maybe you feel a little bit calmer. It's a really nice relaxing breath to do when you're feeling a little bit angry or stressed. So before we finish off, let's give our feet and our hands a bit of a massage. So you can use your oil for this if you like, or your cream, or like me, you can just rub your hands together, and we're going to press into our feet. So we want to press into the bottom of the feet and the top of the feet, using our thumbs to press all along the toes, giving them a nice relaxing massage. You like massages too, don't you, Milky? And we want to say thank you to our feet for everything that they do. We want to give them a nice relaxing massage because we walk on our feet and we run and we jump and we play. And we also want to say thank you to our hands and help them relax. We're going to give them a little bit of a massage, pressing into the palms of the hands, the front of the hands and all along the fingers, giving them a nice relaxing massage to say thank you for all the work. And the other hand as well, helping them relax. Think of all the things that we do with our hands. We pick things up, we eat, we play, we move things with our hands and carry things with our hands. So let's shake them out and make them really, really nice and relaxed. And now that we've relaxed our feet and our hands, we're going to relax our whole body by lying down on the mat with our legs a bit away and our arms a bit away. And we can use the blanket over us here because the body usually gets a little bit colder after all the movement that we've been doing. So you can wrap the blanket on top of you. And we're going to lie down just for a minute and let the whole body relax. And I want you to give the body a little bit of a wiggle, pretending that your body is like cooked spaghetti, really floppy, floppy spaghetti. So really flopping your body and let it relax completely. And closing your eyes, I want you to imagine the jungle that we've just been to. And I want you to imagine that big bridge and that big, long river. And I want you to imagine all the beautiful green trees and all the different animals that we've seen. So I want you to picture the butterflies in your mind, all the different colors. The big, giant, slow-moving turtles. You can imagine the colors of the turtles. Maybe they're browny or green. And I want you to imagine all the monkeys jumping from tree to tree, hopping up and down all the branches, playing together in the trees. Then I'd like you to imagine a friendly python, big snake, wrapping itself around one of the other trees, slowly moving up it. And then I'd like you to imagine the crocodiles or the alligators and what they look like, slowly moving through the water with their big mouths clapping up and down as they drink some water. And I'd like you to imagine the big spiders up in the trees with their big webs. They're so big, the spider webs, that they go all the way from one tree to another. And the spiders are as big as the plate that you eat your dinner on. Really big spiders, but they're friendly. And now I want you to imagine all the beautiful parrots flying in the sky, swooping from side to side, all the different colors of the parrots. Imagine yourself swooping in the sky, flying just like a parrot, high up above the trees, able to see all the different animals below you, the river, the bridge, even the wasps buzzing around in the sky. And just to finish, we're going to take 3 big deep breaths. So we can put our hand on our belly. And as we breathe in, we want to feel the belly go up like a balloon about to pop. And the belly goes all the way down to the floor. Big breath in. Feel the belly go up. And breathing out. Feel the belly go all the way down to the floor. And one more time, breathing in. Feel that balloon get really big, and then a really long breathing out. And see if the belly goes even further down into the floor. Lovely. Now give your legs and your arms a good shake. Wiggle them around and see if without using your arms, you can roll yourself back up to sitting on the mat, crossing the legs and sitting up nice and tall. Fantastic, everybody. We've gone through lots of great yoga poses. Let's see if you remember some of them for Wednesday's class, where we'll be going on another adventure and enjoying some healthy and calming yoga. If you want to do this class again, it'll be on the YouTube channel for another 24 hours. Otherwise, I hope that you join on Wednesday. Please click the like button underneath this video, and you can subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment with your age and your name, or even better, you can leave it on my Instagram page, Indiv Yoga on Instagram. And on my last post, you can leave me your name and your age and let me know that you're joining on Wednesday so that I can say a special hello to you at the beginning of Wednesday's class. So if you remember from the beginning, we use the same word in yoga to say goodbye as we do to say hello, namaste. So we're going to sing the namaste goodbye song now all together. And it goes like this. Goodbye, everybody, or in the yoga way, we say namaste. Let's do that 2 more times all together. Goodbye, everybody, or in the yoga way, we say namaste. And last time, goodbye, everybody, or in the yoga way, we say namaste. Bye-bye, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead, and I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Namaste.